Hello, this is science fiction, fantasy, horror, and middle grade author Adam Troy Castro with another installment of Social Distancing Story Hour. We have a cat, Harley, sitting right here, and she may very well decide to become part of the proceedings. We will see what happens. In the meantime, this story is from 2019. Genesis, try it again. Genesis for Dyslexics. Chapter 1 of the Canaan Pentateuch. In the beginning, the world was without form or interesting smells. And the She's
going.
cleaning herself in a very rude place.
Keep
I'm
going.
sorry.
Keep going.
In the beginning, the world was without form or interesting smells. And the supreme being, Dog, lay on his side, panting. And Dog growled from time to time, just in case there was something prowling the void that might be up to no good. But there was nothing but Dog. And Dog had been alone with his thoughts for all eternity, leaving him nothing to do but sleep and whine and sometimes lick his privates. And the world still remained without form or interesting smells. And Dog wished for something to look at, and there was light. And Dog yelped, not knowing what he had done, because while he was omnipotent and omnipresent, he was, after all, just Dog. And Dog continued to yelp at great length, even though there was nobody around to hear him. And Dog grew weary, and circled the same spot of nothingness 3 times before going back to sleep. And on the 2nd day, Dog rested. And on the 3rd day, Dog woke, yawned, and beheld the light, this time not disturbed by it at all, because Dog had pitiful short-term memory, and assumed that it had just been there all along. And Dog napped for a while. And Dog woke again, scratched himself at great length, and wished for some place to run. And in so doing, Dog created the heavens and the earth. And Dog saw that it was good, and ran about in great aimless circles. And Dog thought of some pressing reason to run in a straight line all the way to the other side of the world, but forgot what that reason was long before he got there. And Dog was so tired from all this exhaustive activity that he had to roll over and go back to sleep. And on the 4th day, Dog rested. Learned something from that, Harley. And on the 5th day, Dog wandered a little bit, had a wonderful idea that he forgot about almost immediately, and rested some more. Dog was a big one for rest. And on the 6th day, Dog again wished for something to do. And Rabbit appeared. And Rabbit was so far away that Dog had to strain his eyes to see it. But that didn't matter, because there the damn thing was, sitting right in the middle of everything, just like he owned the place. And Dog gave chase. And Rabbit darted away, running even faster than Dog, which was not quite right at all. And Dog, straining himself, was able to get within one jaw's length of the little bastard's neck, if it hadn't faked to the right. And Dog, barking like crazy now, because he was Dog, damn it, went for it again. Except that Rabbit darted right then left right again, and the Dog got frustrated. Also thirsty. And lo, the first water appeared, a crystalline Babylon brook that snaked across the surface of the earth, and Dog lapped until his thirst was sated. And on the 7th day, nature took its course, which led to the creation of trees. And on the 8th day, Dog rested. And on the 9th day, Dog rested. And on the 10th day, Dog rested. And on the 11th day, Dog rested. And on the 12th day, Dog didn't do a whole lot of consequence. And so it continued into the 37th day, when in a burst of manic energy, Dog created the mountains and the rocks and the fascinating little tasty things that come out from beneath the rocks, and the twittering things that fly back and forth across the flowers, and the furry, bushy-tailed things that lived in the trees. And then, for good measure, tried to sleep up on Rabbit again, but once again failed. And on the 38th day, Dog was truly pooped. And on the 39th day, Dog scratched his ear for a good 15 minutes, sat down again, and rested some more, deciding at great last that a world filled with grass and trees and a multitude of furry things to chase was not sufficient unto his purposes, for Dog was lonely and needed companionship. And so he devoted all his infinite powers of creation toward the formation of a creature who would love him purely and without restraint. who would stay by his side and be nice to him and be his best friend for all time. And it gazed upon him with absolutely no gratitude at all. And meowed. And Dog learned from this that he was fallible. And on the 40th day, Dog tried to rest but failed because the cat would not let him. And on the 41st day, Dog molded a creature too slow and clumsy to run away, who would keep Cat occupied, feed Dog when Dog wanted to be fed, and stroke Dog when Dog wanted to be stroked. And Dog gave this new creature useful appendages called hands, which, given Dog's priorities, were as large as the rest of the creature's body put together, so it wouldn't be able to do all that much beyond stroke him anyway. And Dog called this creature Man. And Man, with his stubby little legs and gargantuan 10th-sized hands, rubbed Dog's belly. And Dog dwelt in his heaven. Until the 50th day, when Dog was out somewhere attending to rabbit and squirrel, and Cat slinked over to the forlornly immobile Man to purr. "Don't you ever feel a little empty?" And Man said, "What can I do about it?" And Cat purred, "Tell you what. Stroke my back a little and I'll tell you a secret." And Man hesitated only a heartbeat before saying, "All right." And Cat used his big floppy hands. Man used his big floppy hands to stroke Cat's back. And Cat purred, hardly even noticing the way Man cried out in alarm when Cat arched his spine in mid-stroke. And Cat whispered the secret in Man's ear. And it was a truly dangerous secret, a truly powerful secret, a secret capable of altering the balance of power in the universe Dog, in his magnificence, had created. And Man demanded, "If this is true, why tell me? Why not use the secret yourself?" And Cat lowered his eyelids to half-mast and mewed, "Because he trusts you, he chases me." And Man had to admit that this made a certain amount of sense. And so it came to pass that when the yawning, panting Dog next plopped himself down at Man's side, Man unfolded his gigantic hands and commenced a nightly tribute. And Dog rolled over on his back so Man would have more room to work. And Man moved his fingers to a certain hidden place on Dog's side and began to scratch with special vigor. And Dog's leg began to shake. And Man scratched harder, and Dog's legs shook faster. And the more Man scratched, the more Dog's leg shook. And Dog, for all his omnipotence, could not stop that leg from shaking. So he whined for Man to stop it. And Man said, "No, actually, I'm not stopping until we renegotiate our contract." And Dog waxed wroth, and he sent a rain of plagues against Man. Things like dandruff and gingivitis and athlete's foot, and a little nub of flesh that protruded from the inside of Man's cheek, so Man kept accidentally biting it all day long, and hay fever, and earaches, and tooth decay, and a dry burning sensation in his eyes, and carpal tunnel syndrome, and male pattern baldness, and hemorrhoids. I won't point to those. And vulnerability to paper cuts. But Man just went on scratching that spot, and Dog's leg kept shaking uncontrollably, no matter how much he focused his omnipotent will on the problem. And Dog agreed to give up mastery of the universe as long as Man agreed to still pet him once in a while. And Man agreed to those terms. And Dog gave up all his power, which was actually a relief, since he never really liked having responsibility anyway, granting Man a somewhat more dignified form as his last act before abdicating. And Man kept his promise to pet Dog once in a while, although smoldering resentments also led him to do malicious things like breed Dog into the shape of chihuahuas, dress him in tutus, and teach him to jump through hoops. But Dog actually liked the new order of things, all in all, because it gave him so many more opportunities to catch up with his sleep. And so, Dog rests on his side in front of a roaring fireplace, mostly content, while Cat, bathed in the light and warmth of the sunny shelf beneath the living room window, looks down for a height and keeps his own counsel. Thank you very much, everybody. Stay healthy.